Okay, so I want to be mindful of everyone's time. Just give me a thumbs up. You could still hear me? Or yeah? Okay, good. So we're gonna start. Normally through this meeting, people just kind of start trickling in. We do have a lot of updates today, so I want to get started on time. Good evening. I'm Councilwoman J.Santana. Welcome to our October 22nd Ward 14 virtual community meeting, which is our last meeting of the year. I wish we could meet in person and celebrate, but that can't happen. So we'll just kind of have to settle for the Zoom. These community meetings are to provide like updates on Ward 14 efforts, local resources, public safety updates, and our city services. We also have a special speaker that is invited based on the majority of calls to our office. The resources are for residents to take advantage of and provide opportunity for feedback. I do understand that not everyone has access to a computer. So I ask that you please spread the word and share the resources that you hear today with your neighbors. This meeting is being recorded. Please write your questions on the chat for any presenter or even myself. At the end, normally I kind of just allow people to just unmute and just have like a discussion. But if you do have a question you don't want to forget, please make sure to write it in the chat. So today we're gonna have, which I don't see on the call yet, or maybe they're calling in. It's First and Second District Police District, First and Second Police District. We have Shaniqua Caffee, from the administrative manager from the City of Cleveland Department of Aging. We have Margaret Callahan, which is the supervisor of Dominion Energy Customer Service Center. And then we have Greg Zucca from Metrohealth Transformation as our presenters today. So I'm gonna turn it over, and if he's on the call, to our Second District Police Officer, and I'm not sure who's representing them today. Anybody on the call from Second District or First District? Okay, they're not on yet. Let me see. Marangeli's, just kind of look out to see if they send you an email or a message. So we'll move on to Shaniqua Caffee. She is the administrative manager for the City of Cleveland Department of Aging. We do get a lot of calls from senior citizens that need services. And I'm just gonna turn it over to you.
Well, first I want to say thank you for inviting the Department of Aging. This will be my first ward meeting for this year. So I'm thankful to be able to participate, and this is my first for Ward 14. So I'm new to the position, but not new to the department. So I'm thankful for the opportunity. I am the administrative manager over the Aging and Disability Resource Center and all the social service programs underneath the Department of Aging. So those programs would include our Access Your Benefits program, which focuses on trying to connect our seniors and our disabled adults with as many benefit programs as they are eligible. From connecting them to SSI, SSDI, income-related programming, as well as utility assistance, and any vast majority of food assistance, Medicaid, Medicare premium assistance programs, any program that would save our residents money. We try to connect them with that based on the information that they give us to determine all the programs that they might be eligible for. I also oversee the Information and Assistance Program. That is a program that gives unbiased information to our residents that call in that might just want information about programs around the city, as well as in the county as a whole, from food assistance to wheelchair accessible housing, anything of the variety. Anybody to give us a call at 664-2833 to connect with any of those program areas for benefits, as well as any information resources as available. We also have the Economic Security Program, which I consider a holistic financial wellness program. So any of our seniors or disabled adults that might be struggling with budgeting, might be on having some financial issues, and might be trying to kind of struggling to figure out how to make the ends meet. Our economic security case manager spends a vast majority of her time trying to meet in the middle for people who might be struggling with housing, foreclosures, any form of income issues. She's our go-to gal. And she has really worked some miracles with some people who spent a lot of time without any form of income, getting them connected to their pensions that they hadn't been connected to in 6 to 7 years. So that's a great program that we also are connected with 9 partnering agencies, which would include ESOP, Consumer Affairs, Federal Trade Commission, and a variety of others. So if there are questions, if you have anyone in your ward that is struggling financially, or just might want some tips on how to better budget, especially with the holiday season coming up, get in contact with us. 664-6130 is the direct line for our Economic Security Program. We also, as you know, we have many seniors and adults that are concerned about what it's going to look like for them aging in their homes, or trying to create plans as to what it will look like to age in place, or if they're in a situation where they might have to, it might be best suited for them to transition into a facility. We have our long-term options counseling program that assists with that planning process for those who might be in crisis, as well as those who are just trying to create a plan in advance as to what it might look like, from the financial portion of that all the way up and through the referral process, and connecting them to the exact facilities or in-home service programs that they might desire, as well as are eligible for. So that's a really great program. We also get a lot of referrals from the Greater Cleveland Food Bank in relation to people. So if there are any ways in which you want to connect us to individuals who might, you might think that they don't qualify, there's always a way to qualify for a long-term care program. Just give us a call and we'll try to work that out and figure it out with them and for them. We also have our homeless prevention program, and that is one that is really big right now with the pandemic and a lot of the job loss. So our homeless prevention specialist is focusing primarily right now on assisting our seniors 16 over and our disabled adults with back rent. I know that's a big issue for some people who might not know how to get that handled. They might not know all the different places that they can go, but we can be a first stop for them to figure out, to troubleshoot what's going on, to identify whether or not they meet criteria for our particular program. And if they don't, connect them to the people and the locations that they will qualify for. We also, which is a really big thing right now with, spring is always a spring cleaning, but fall is just like spring, where you're looking to clean out things before winter is upon you. And so we have a lot of people who are asking about our home repair programs. So the one that I will speak more specifically about this evening is the Senior Homeowner Assistance Program. It is a low income program for our Cleveland residents who live in and own a single family or 2-family home. It is maintained to assist them in a critical repair that might be related to a health or safety issue, or maintenance style repairs. Those would include roof repair or replacement, major electrical work, major plumbing work, a repair replacing the front or back steps, porch repairs, or installation of ramps. So this is a critical program for most of our people. And with it being for our low income and it being a HUD-based program, the eligibility criteria is a little bit more steep. But if you have questions, if you are curious to know as to whether or not you are eligible or how you could become eligible, please do not hesitate to give us a call. The manager for that program is Jennifer Rossage. So if you give us a call at 664-2833 and get connected to the manager or any of the workers in that department, they'll be able to better explain the process as well as the program. And soon we'll be having our applications going out for our age-friendly home investment program, which is one that has a more flexible income criteria for some of our residents that are not a low income and still need assistance. So it's low to moderate, and there's a little bit more wiggle room in terms of eligibility criteria and kind of the background pieces to becoming eligible in the process. One major program that I am speaking of, and it's not one that is specific to the department as a whole, but it is a big one in the city and the state right now, which is HEAP, the Home Energy Assistance Program, which will assist our residents in, and it's not just our seniors, it's not just our disabled adults, this is any individual that meets eligibility criteria who might be in crisis right now. I know with the pandemic, there have been a lot of waivers and holds, suspensions of terminations of utilities. But with us kind of going back, trying to get back to normal, there are some people who are starting to worry. Some people who are starting to see some shut-off notices coming to their homes. And we want you to know that there are still options available for you to be able to meet your need with payment plans, or even to be able to identify a credit to your accounts of $175 as it relates to the HEAP program specifically. Again, with this being a program that's not just one base for us, it's a statewide program. Of course, there are eligibility criteria, but we want to connect as many people to it as possible. So if you have questions, we do have someone in-house that works to get you scheduled with winter crisis appointments online and over the phone, and will also assist in the application process. So if you just want to give us a call, that number more specifically is 664-2239, and we'll try to assist in any way, shape, or form that we can. One last program that I will speak of, which still ties into the home repair piece, but also the weatherization piece. And it's not one, again, that's through us, but we do a lot of referrals. Our department works heavily in connecting people to other nonprofit agencies, and we partner with a lot of individuals. And CHN Housing Partners is one of the big ones for us that we do a lot of work with. And they have their own energy service program, the weatherization program, as well as plumbing and other repair programs, to where an individual who is deemed eligible can receive a free furnace, free insulation, hot water tank, refrigerator, light bulbs, and ways to assist them in making their homes more energy efficient, to ensure that their bills are not too high if their homes are older, to get them back into a place where not only is it more feasible for them in terms of the care of the house, but also in terms of the bills that come in. So if you want, people want to give us a call to walk you through the application process, to get you those applications, and to connect you with CHN Housing Partners, you can also do that as well. 664-2833 is our main line number. Thank you, guys.
Any questions for Shaniqua?
What about hours? I know, some of the city departments are like on limited hours. Are you guys on limited hours, or?
Well, I tell you, we've never been on limited hours. The Department of Aging has been full force every day since the beginning of the pandemic. We are still 8 to 5. There is someone always in the office, always at the phones answering, and we still have our geriatric outreach workers going out to assist safely to those who can't come to us.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Thank you. Quick question, Shaniqua. In addition, right, to attending community meetings, how else do you guys do outreach so that seniors are aware of these services?
We really try hard to connect with the senior buildings. With us not being able to fully come into the buildings themselves, we're trying to connect through robocalls. We do a massive amount of mail, and in our department, that's always something that we've always done and always been heavy in the mailing area, because so many of our people in our population don't have the technology, may not even have smartphones, or know how to utilize some of the small features on the telephone. So we do try to do the robocalls. We have done some dial-ins to where we're working with a specific senior building at that time to be able to have inter-community conversations about some pressing things might be happening. We've done some with Liberty Towers and other senior buildings in the neighborhoods as it relates to the pandemic, trying to make sure that people are still aware that it's still here. And although we're trying to press on and getting back to normal, that we all still have to move safely as we navigate, washing hands, using face masks, still socially distancing ourselves when possible. So we do those in those manners. We still are available to those who want us to come out. We're not afraid to come into places for those who are available. But we've been spending a little bit of our time as we just finished up our senior walks, walk the wards, where we had, I believe, 22 in each different ward, to be able to connect with individuals in their spaces, to be able to create community, to allow our seniors and all those who were present, because they weren't just seniors that came out, to allow them the ability to socialize, but then also get resources. We were heavy in resource bags with masks and information about the programs in our department, as well as giving some senior living guide information about what's happening in different programs across the county as a whole.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. Any other questions? No? Scott?
That outreach, Shaniqua, sorry, Scott, did you want to go?
Either way, go ahead.
Okay. Well, it sounded like the outreach was targeted mostly to the high rises. And like, you know, the apartment buildings. What about the single family folks? And you can be brief about that. Like, is it the mailing or the senior fairs or?
We definitely do a lot of the mailing as it relates to those. When we try to have our community events, we try to connect with them. We utilize a lot of lists throughout the city, from our homeowners lists, information from our chore services programs for people that are being serviced. But if there are other means, if there are other places that people feel like we have yet to connect with, please feel free to give me a call directly, 664-3685, so we can make sure that we're connecting to as many residents as possible to get feedback as well as to give information.
Go ahead, Scott.
My question I had was about the program for the CHN, the energy service program. Is that for seniors or is that for lower income?
That's lower income. It's not specific to seniors themselves. It's for those who own homes, but also those who are renters, who might be in a home and the landlord might be struggling to get some of the things taken care of. And in that scenario, if you're a renter, they do ask for the renter to complete an application as well as a homeowner, but it's not specific to seniors.
Okay, so let's say if the person was a homeowner and they wanted to, I don't know, apply for some program like insulation or something, they would apply through that phone number you gave us, and that would be based on income then?
That program is based on income. We can always be of assistance. I'm a person who I don't like to turn anybody away, even if you're not a senior or a disabled individual, but you have questions.
I see.
Now,
Let's say I had questions on, because I'm at the other end of it, and I was just looking if I could participate in that, because I'm actually a private house inspector, and I include energy audits. And if maybe I could get in contact, basically, if I find or would have a request from somebody to see, hey, where are they losing their energy? You know what I'm saying? And then refer that to the CHN.
I will give you their phone number directly.
Okay.
It is 216.
Okay.
574-7100.
And that's directly to CHN.
That is CHN, yes.
Okay. 574-7100. What does the CHN stand for?
It used to be called Cleveland Housing Network. So the CHN.
And supervisor at Dominion's Energy Customer Service Center. Once again, just because we're getting a lot of residents that are struggling through this time, through this year, and definitely now that the winter is coming. So we just want everyone to be aware of the resources that are available to them. So is Margaret on the line?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So Margaret is not available through video, but she did call in. So thank you, Margaret, for your time, and you can take it from here.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Margaret Callahan. I'm the Customer Relations Supervisor at Dominion Energy. Thanks for inviting me to speak this evening. I hope the information I provide on a few utility topics will be of interest to you and possibly helpful, I hope. some of my things will mirror what Shaniqua said earlier, but one thing I do want to talk about is the winter reconnect order. In the state of Ohio, the winter reconnect order is issued by the PUCO. It allows customers who are disconnected or threatened with disconnection the opportunity to pay a maximum of $175 to maintain or restore their utility service once per winter heating season. All regulated utilities are required to follow the order. There's a difference between regulated and non-regulated utilities. Dominion is regulated, First Energy is regulated, Cleveland Public Power is not. So city-owned utilities are not regulated. Okay. The winter reconnect order actually began this year a little earlier. Normally it begins mid-October to early November. This year it began October 5th. Okay. Anyone can apply for this order. It is not income driven, so it's for all citizens regardless of income. It can be used once during the winter heating season. And once they do utilize the winter reconnect order, they must enter to a payment plan. So basically, a customer can pay up to $175 to maintain or restore service. Okay. Now that will restore their service for 30 days. Of course, if they're not on a low income payment plan, PIPP, and I'll talk a little bit about that, they would be placed on a payment plan. Okay. If the customer is shut off and needs to be reconnected, we'll turn it on for a payment up to $175, and we do charge a reconnect fee of $33, but that'll be billed on the next bill. They don't have to pay that up front. Okay. We do offer many payment plans. If you're not eligible for PIPP, and again, we'll talk about that, customers can go on to the 1/6 plan, the 1/9 plan, the winter heating plan. There's multiple plans that is available. You just need to give us a call at any time. If you're on PIPP, we'll talk about PIPP a little more, but if a customer is on PIPP and uses the winter reconnect order or pays $175 either through them or emergency HEAP, in the past, when they got their next bill, they'd have to make all their missed payments if they were behind on their payments. But with this order, I think it will only be this year. If they are on PIPP and have a default, meaning a lot owed on their PIPP plan, pay the $175, we will clear their default, and they'll just owe their first PIPP payment with the next bill. This will be very helpful to customers that have fallen behind. So if your gas is on, but you're in danger of shut off and you make an appointment with emergency HEAP, we will hold your account from disconnection up till the HEAP appointment. If your gas is off, you would, of course, call us, get a pending account number, apply for service. You would take that to the HEAP agency and get your winter crisis dollars. Okay. We would turn it on. If your gas has only been off for 10 days or less and you get help from the agency, or you pay the $175 yourself, we will turn it on the same day or the next day, depending if it's before or after 12:30. If it's off for more than 10 days, it'll be within the first 3 business days of the time of the payment. There is obviously a pandemic out there, so there's pandemic protocol. We do have special teams designed or to go into homes that may have possibly been affected by the virus. So that may change the 3-day window, but we want to be safe for the customers as well as our employees. Okay. And to turn on gas, we do have to get in the home. It's not like electric, I believe. I don't work for electric companies, so I can't really speak to that, but we have to get in the house. So we have to get in. So we have to have an adult there, 18 or older, to let us in. We will do a safety check and get everything going for you. What is PIPP? A PIPP is a percentage of income payment plan. It helps income eligible customers maintain gas service by paying 6% of their gross monthly household income or $10, whichever is greater. Each time they make their required PIPP plus payment before their next bill, Dominion will credit the account for the rest of that current bill, plus 1/24 of their account balance. So if a customer enrolls in PIPP with a large balance, let's say you've gotten behind and you realize, well, this is a good program for me. You sign up, you pay your 6% of your monthly income, and within 24 months, your balance will be gone. You won't accrue an additional balance, and you'll have taken care of all your debt, and you'll maintain your gas service. To qualify for PIPP, you must be at or below 150% of the federal poverty guidelines. Okay. This is not exclusive. PIPP is not a gas company thing. It's for regulated utilities. So it also would be for any regulated electric company. Okay. Again, like I said, if you don't qualify for PIPP and you find yourself in trouble, give us a call. We have no problem with placing an account on a payment plan. Our goal is to keep your service on, simply because everyone needs to stay warm. We understand that, and we understand the times that have gone on. So we have many plans. It can range anywhere. You find yourself in trouble, anywhere from 2 to 12 months. So there's a lot of plans out there, and we'll be happy to go over them with you, what suits your needs best. Some customers only need a month, or 2 months rather, and some customers might need 12 months to catch up on what they owe. Okay. All right, another program which I'm very excited to talk about is Energy Share. So Energy Share is a Dominion-sponsored program of last resort for anyone that faces financial hardship from unemployment or family crisis. In Ohio, Energy Share, we're beginning our 19th year of this program, has raised over $7 million and helped more than 85,000 people. Last heating season alone, $560,000 was used to assist Ohio customers. So how do you find out about Energy Share? First of all, you must be a Dominion Energy Ohio customer. You must have a shut-off notice or be disconnected. But this is not required for senior citizens 60 years or older. If they show a financial hardship, they could also qualify regardless of their income. It's offered as a last resort if, in fact, you are qualified for federal or state assistance, such as HEAP. You must have exhausted that, and then Energy Share will be happy to help you after that. Now, in the past, well, just so you know, PIPP guidelines are 150% of the federal poverty guideline. HEAP guidelines is 175%. And that was ours also for many years. But this year, due to all the things going on, we have raised it to 300% of the federal poverty guideline. So this is going to expand into people that are not used to getting assistance. For example, see, how much would that be? For a family of 4, you can make up to $78,000 approximately and still get assistance from our Energy Share program. These are the people that are not used to getting assistance or qualifying for it. So we have raised it drastically. Okay. One thing I can say, so as long as fraud doesn't exist, if a customer comes in and they've written or bad checks or stolen gas, we will not assist if there's any fraud in an account. That goes for emergency HEAP, that goes for HEAP, that goes for Energy Share, that goes for the majority of programs. So they would have to cure any fraud in the account before they would be eligible for emergency HEAP as well as Energy Share. Okay, so Energy Share for non-PIPP eligible customers began already. It began October 1st. We moved that up by 2 months because we realized there is quite a need. In the past, our maximum for non-PIPP customers was $300. It is now $800. So as of now, a non-PIPP customer, anyone above 150% up to 300% of the federal poverty guidelines, can contact Salvation Army. Salvation Army is the program that, the company that administers this program for us. Now for PIPP eligible customers, Energy Share will open December 1st. And they will get up to $300 in assistance. We opened it earlier for non-PIPP customers, and we're opening it for PIPP customers December 1. Okay. Our program runs through May 31st or until funds are depleted. Now, like I said, in the past, well, I don't know if I said it, in the past, normally prior to everything that's going on, it was about $230,000 a year that Dominion put into this fund. For this year, we have raised it tremendously, and we have placed $980,000 into this fund. So if there's anyone you know that may qualify and find themselves in trouble, they would want to apply. Okay. The other thing I wanted, well, my next slide was, it has CHN on there, and I know that was covered. That is up to 200% of the federal poverty level. We call it Dominion Housewarming. It is sponsored by Dominion, but CHN administers it, and it's our housewarming program. She had provided the number earlier, and up to 200% of the federal poverty guidelines are eligible for this program for furnace repairs, replacements, other types of weatherization, things like that. Okay, well, that's really all I have. If you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer them. That's what I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Any questions for Margaret?
Are there any sources of funding other than what Dominion puts in for the Energy Share program?
From Dominion, that is where we put our money. There are other fundings out there, like Catholic Charities. There are all sorts of them. But what we generally, if a customer calls, or like the VA, we refer them to 211 for a full list of those. So yes, there's many. We get, we get pledges from hundreds of agencies, and 211 really is best to facilitate that.
Okay, but it's financed solely by Dominion then, not customers donating or anything.
Oh, Energy Share? No, it is, the majority is funded by Dominion. We do have flyers in our bills, and we do fundraisers like at, well, I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I thought
what's
I'd
gonna
heard
happen.
of that.
Yeah, like at the Playhouse Square, they do a night for it. So we do have different events that we do in an attempt to raise money for it. Again, I don't know what's going to happen this year with that. So that is another reason Dominion raised it from their contribution was about $250,000, and now it's close to $1 million this year.
All right. Thank you, Margaret. I really appreciate it. If you could just put on the chat, maybe like a contact number so that residents could call if they have additional questions.
I would, but I can't enter Zoom through our system.
I forgot. You are not. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
I'll
number?
be happy to give it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I don't have a phone number for Salvation Army. I only have an email address.
Okay.
And because what you have to do is enter your zip code, and it will tell you where to go, which area you're in. It's neo.salvationarmy.org.
Salvation. Okay.
Yep.
Army.
And then if you want to apply for PIPP, or you're interested in the PIPP program, it's 1-800-282-0880. That's a phone number, or there's also a website.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so our next and last presenter for the day before I start and I share office updates is Greg Zucca from the Metrohealth Transformation, and he will be discussing just some exciting new affordable housing development that's taking place on West 25th and Sackett. So Greg, hi.
Hello, good evening, everyone. As the Councilwoman said, my name is Greg Zucca. I'm the Director of Economic and Community Development for Metrohealth. And I'm sure many of you have seen the new hospital tower going up. It's proceeding on schedule, actually a little bit ahead of schedule and on budget. The steel framing is complete, and they are now starting, they have been doing the interior electrical and plumbing and all the other work on the interior space. The exterior facade is now starting to go up, and that will be completed in April of next year. The project itself is going to be completed in the fall of 22. So November, December timeframe of 2022. And then the first patient's coming in either in December or January. But as many of you know, in addition to that, Metrohealth has been working with the Councilwoman and Metro West Community Development Corporation and others to try to bring additional affordable housing to the neighborhood. And so we are about to break ground on a 72-unit affordable housing project on our campus. Right now, it's a parking lot, surface parking lot that's on the corner of West 25th and Metrohealth Drive. It's right next to South Point Commons, which has on the ground floor the Cedarlands, for those of you that are familiar with the area. And so again, as I said, this will have 72 units of affordable housing. In addition to that, it will have a 5,000 workforce development space. And that's where our partnership with Tri-C, they'll be bringing some programming into that space along with the Metrohealth Institute for Hope. And again, as I said, we're partnering with the NRP group. We're hoping to break ground in mid to late November. And that project will be about 15-month construction. So it should be completed, mostly completed by December of next year. And then in addition to that, we'll be doing 2 other mixed-use housing projects on 25th Street. Those probably won't take place until next year. We're still working out the financing on those, so we don't really have a lot of update on those, but we're really excited about those. So overall, between these 3 projects, we'll have be bringing about 250 new units of affordable and middle income housing to the community.
Thank you, Greg. Anyone have any questions?
Any progress on the grocery store?
So we're still working on that model. We're talking with 3 local grocers that might be interested in occupying the space. Obviously, it's a bit, while the neighborhood does have issues of access to healthy, quality food, from a grocery store's economic perspective, they look at it as, the market is saturated because, they have to think about they're competing with Steelyard Commons or competing with grocery stores that are either in Ohio City or in the Stockyards, the Dave's that's on Ridge Road. So we're looking for ways to try to do something creative where the hospital could support a grocery store by, using it to do catering services for the hospital and different ways that we could try to help to entice a grocer to come and locate here.
Yeah, that's smart. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you, Greg, for your time. I'm excited. I know this project will serve as a catalyst for future development opportunities on West 25th. So yeah, super excited about that. So thank you. Thank you for your time. So now I'm going to get in. Thank you to all the presenters that took time to be on the Zoom call today. I do have some office updates and I know it's 6:52. Normally this meeting ends at 7. So if you have to log off, I totally understand. This is being recorded, so we will share it again through like social media. You kind of want to play it back and, just share it with your network. And if you want to just get an update on all the resources that I'm going to share right now. So first, reminder, Walk Week is the first week of every month. I normally drive around the neighborhood and there's just so much furniture outside sitting there weeks prior to Walk Week. And so the next Walk Week is November 1st. That's the next week. So it has to be a whole week starting from Sunday, from Monday all the way to Sunday. Okay. So November 1st is the first Walk Week. Clark construction update. Capital project should be finalized by November 13th of this year. I'm not sure if you have had a chance to drive by Clark and witness the beautiful colored sidewalks. And there's benches and there's garbage bins there, very colorful. It's not the final project, but looks great. I mean, it just gets the feel where you want to walk through the neighborhood now. So yeah, please drive by. I had a picture to share, but just because I'm just being mindful of time, I won't share that right now. But just drive by Clark, very good. CHN Housing Partners new construction project. This has been very popular on Facebook, social media. At the time that we did announce it, which was about a week ago, there was 4 local openings. And after we posted, unfortunately, they received lots of applications. I mean, a great deal where they're no longer taking applications. So normally the process is they'll go through all the applications, even though there's 4 homes available. Maybe those 40 applications, they're not all approved. So they'll let us know. And so we will make sure to share that information and collect more applications from the residents. So as of now, though, they are no longer taking applications for the Clark Fulton new construction housing project. Free trees. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, there's actually been tree planting in Ward 14. The city of Cleveland is accepting tree canopy requests to plant these trees in front of your lawn. And so all you have to do is complete an application, which is online. I was trying to look for the website. It was a little complex, but as soon as I find it, I will make sure to share that on our social media page. But the installation has already started. And property owners are encouraged, if you want a tree planted on your tree lawn, please complete the application. They're beautiful. They have these little red, they look like little red berries on them. I don't know if they're berries, but so there's about 100 right now that are being planted around the neighborhood. So just in case you see that, right? Halloween events. So the city of Cleveland, the mayor released this information. They strongly encourage residents to not participate in trick-or-treating. We know that the kids do not accept this, this order. So if you have to go trick-or-treating, we encourage you to go between 6 to 8. They are asking to adhere to the regulations outlined in the Ohio Department of Health website. Wear the mask, but if you do, wear a mask, one of the things they were really concerned about is kids putting on mask over mask, which could be very hazardous and dangerous. So just please be mindful of that. But 6 to 8, and if you definitely have to take your kids, just please adhere to these guidelines. However, if you don't want to walk around the neighborhood, we do have some safe, healthy Halloween events coming up. One of them, very excited to share, is a spectacular event, which will have hay rides, s'mores. There's going to be trunk or treats. We were going to have face painting, but of course we want to follow the COVID guidelines, so we're not going to do that. And if you stick around after the activities, we're going to have an outdoor movie night viewing Coco, right? So it's a drive-in outdoor movie day viewing Coco. There's going to be food, there's going to be DJ, it's going to be really exciting. So stop by. This is taking place on October 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. This is a partnership with City Life Youth Center and Ward 14 Council Office. I do want to give a shout out to Metrohealth for donating lots of candy. So I just got the delivery yesterday, and so we're excited about that. So we definitely we're going to have enough candy to give to these kids. And so another event that's taking place in the neighborhood. Do you want to say anything? And Greg, did you want to say anything, Greg?
Oh, no, I was just going to say nothing says health like handing out a bunch of candy, right?
Yeah, hey, it's Snickers. It has peanuts in it. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that though. And then another event which is happening in the Stockyard neighborhood. It's called the Haunted Garden event. This is taking place Saturday, October 31st at 5:30, Store Avenue and West 55th. This is hosted by Popsy. Call ahead of time to receive like a white cloth mask that he's giving away, he's donating, and that way you could decorate it. And then for that information, I'm going to put this on the chat. Is call 651-6698 to participate. Okay, that is entered. So that's the Halloween events taking place in this upcoming 2 weeks. Brooklyn Center did have an amazing event. Despite the rain, they got about 300 kids that were trick-or-treating around the neighborhood, the Brooklyn Center neighborhood. I definitely want to thank Metro West, CDC, Elena, and just the residents that really stepped up to put this event together. They have amazing pictures. So look at my Facebook, Jasmine Santana, Ward 14. We definitely post all the activities that are happening in the neighborhood, but I would encourage you to look at these pictures. They're cute and all the kids were all dressed up. So rain did not stop them at all. So food giveaway. I mean, there's still a lot of food distribution happening. We know families are still struggling. So if you want information or a listing of organizations, call Metro West at 961-9073. I'm going to put that also in the chat. There's a listing of food distributions and dates and times. Okay, so once again, I mean, we don't have many residents that are able to log on to this community meeting. So please share this information with your neighbors. Community master plan, very important. So for those who haven't heard about the community master plan, which is the Clark Fulton focus, but this will be just kind of the beginning piece of it. But you know, we want to develop a plan, a goal, a vision for the neighborhood, right? That's around health, around housing, community development, economic, transportation. So there's a partnership within Metrohealth Medical Center, Metro West CDC, Cleveland Foundation, Council Office of the Ward 14, the City of Cleveland, coming together. We partner with a consultant, and right now in this planning process, we are conducting a survey of the residents, business owners, and people who work in that study area. And we need your feedback, especially in this time of COVID-19 and social distancing. We had a lot of in-person community events planned, but of course that can't happen. So we need your response kind of to provide a deeper understanding of, you know, what do you want to see in the community? So I'm going to put the link on the chat. And if you have 3-4 minutes, just log on and just give your input. Even if you live in the Stockyard neighborhood, if you live in Brooklyn Center, we have ambassadors that have been hired throughout the ward that will be the liaison to the residents in their neighborhood, collecting data. So once again, it's going to start in the Clark Fulton neighborhood, but it will definitely be a ripple effect throughout other neighborhoods. So it's just kind of like a 10-year plan that we want to come up with that is based on what the residents want to see in the neighborhood. So I strongly encourage you to log on to the clarkfultontogether.com website and give your input. I know you're tired of wearing face masks, but please keep wearing them. Numbers are increasing. Wash your hands, and if you don't have to go out, you know, try not to go out. So I'm just kind of putting that out there. I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm safe. Thank God. So, but yeah, it's a real thing. Please go out and vote. If you know, return your ballot. If you can, try to vote before election day. You know, it's available at the Board of Elections in downtown, or return your ballot on time, or otherwise just go out and vote. We have a low voter turnout in the Ward 14. For presidential election, we have 14,000 registered and 5,000 actually went out to vote the last election, which is not too bad, but we would love to increase that, right? Because that is your voice and that is your right. So please get out to vote for this election. And then last that I have on my list is, you know, the Levy 68. I am supporting it. You know, I'm excited to report that CMSD has improved its graduation rates. In addition to providing affordable college through the Say Yes program, They need support. Education is right the pathway for kids to prosper. So yeah, if you need more information on that, email me. Just call me, and I could definitely connect you with someone that will give you more information about that levy. So those are my updates for today. I wish I had public safety. They did not log on. I'm not sure what happened, but then the update they were gonna give, it was the incident on Denison Car Wash. There's just been a lot of complaints, around safety, and there was a gathering. It was like a party from Friday to Sunday. They did raid the Denison Car Wash. They gave, they cited, they towed cars. There's been some arrests. I checked in with the owner. There hasn't been a gathering since. Hopefully this continues. But the police officer, McLean, was supposed to give an update on that. But if you have any questions on everything that I shared, I know that's a lot. Here's your time. Go ahead, Scott.
Our question is actually, we had one of those community little meetings in our backyard with our neighbors. I forgot what you called it. And one of the things we talked about that was an idea was actually putting speed bumps on our street. And I wanted to see where that's at, because I think really that, you can't always have a policeman on our street, unfortunately. And we have like a racetrack that goes on our street all the time.
Yep. You're right, Scott. So very good question. Council has been having conversations and getting a price for speed bumps. So we have actually a pending meeting coming up with the commissioner, which is the engineer, and he does all the kind of traffic control. And we know that the streets around 71, which is you live in Stockyard neighborhood, around 63rd.
Around, yep.
Yeah, they're the worst with speeding around that area. So I want you to know that we've had these conversations. As soon as I get an update on what's happening, I will definitely give you a call. But this speeding is gotten worse. I don't know what the pandemic has to do with it, but this year it's been worse than ever. So definitely we will be addressing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jasmine,
Yes, Joan.
how long have you been quarantining and how is your husband doing?
Oh, so I've been quarantining for 3 days and he's very sick. Yeah. So thank God I have like a separate space attic that is prepared. So he's up there. But COVID is real, it is. I was one that was a little kind of, just leery about it. And yeah, so that's
So
why.
it'll be 14 days for you to be, I will keep you guys in my prayers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyone else have questions? Adam, nobody? Carrie, you're good? Okay.
I have a quick announcement. I put it in the chat. The West 73rd Block Hub is going to be doing a trunk or treat on Halloween Day from 1 to 3 in the Dave's Mercado parking lot.
In the Dave's, they're doing in the Dave's Mercado parking lot? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of candy being distributed in the ward. Oh, so they don't even have to knock on, out and on doors. So that's good. Go ahead, Scott.
I just want to say that me and my wife were newer to this neighborhood. So I did a lot of work to this house and we moved in last October. And I just want to say that thank you to Jasmine that you really do participate and do a good job. So
thank you,
thank
Scott.
you for that.
Yeah.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Scott.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Good.
Go ahead.
Carrie.
I'm
sorry. I was just gonna say,
You go.
have new people moving in the neighborhood and not always hearing I'm leaving the neighborhood, because we have a very nice, vibrant neighborhood. I think we have a rich neighborhood. I love this neighborhood. Been here for 27 years and there's so much potential. So I'm excited to serve this neighborhood. Thank you. Go ahead, Carrie.
Well, I just moved back too, July 3rd after 14 years away, and I'm glad to be back. And Greg, I live across the street on Valentine. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Oh yeah, Greg. Carrie lives right across, right by the parking lot. Yeah, the towers. All right. Well, thank you everyone for your time. 7:08, we made it on, on time. And this is their last meeting for the year. However, feel free to reach out to our office with any questions, any concerns that you have. I have my assistant here, Miranda. Couldn't do things without her. She's just amazing. So just leave a message. We're not always working in the office. We're working from home. So just be patient and she will return your call when you leave a
Thanks,
message.
Jasmine. Bye-bye.
Bye.